Hey guys, welcome to Trinity's training page. Our next question of the day comes from Bill McDonald. Bill had sent me a message on Messenger and asked me to go over with how I do walk around blinds. I had mentioned them a couple videos back. Of course, all this stuff is stuff that Trinity is not to yet. She's months down the road from doing any top blind stuff. We're just now doing force to pile with her and teaching her to go to the back pile. But anyway, Bill, these are walk around blinds. This is a drawing, kind of a loose drawing of my technical pond. Here I have at the kennel that you guys have seen us run marks on with Trinity a few times. I got some islands. I've got a hook point, and then I've got some just straight out points. Some of them are bigger, wider than others, longer, short, fat, narrow. This one's a triangle shaped point. The banks on it are real straight down, where these here kind of slope into the water. This area right in here is all running water. This is swimming water, and then all this is swimming water. But anyway, this is something that I do occasionally with dogs. You can get a lot of work done in a short period of time. This pond is about 120 yards long, and it's probably, I don't know, it's probably close to 100 yards wide, maybe. Yeah, it's maybe 80 yards wide. I don't know the exact measurements on it, but it's big enough that you can get a lot done in a small area. But like my first blind here, blind one, it'd be a channel blind down this channel. You're going to go past 3 islands and swim down the bank, and I mean literally this channel on my pond is from these islands to this outside bank here is about 10 foot, so it's a pretty tight channel. When the ponds are full, it's tight. When the ponds are down, it's even tighter. It may be only 6 foot wide, okay, but it's real black and white. And then I like to run some blinds, at least one set of walking blinds from the same location, okay, because if you run master test and even some field trials, if they have like second and third series together, land blind, water blind together, they may ask you to run from the same mat or whatever. So I try to incorporate at least one set of blinds, like 1 and 2. I like to go ahead and just get them out of the way first, is how I generally do it. I don't know why, it's just the way I do it. But anyway, there's no rhyme or reason. But I would come right back after picking up this blind, and I would reline my dog. And this way you can angle across an island, swim past a point in the dog's mind, even though it's an island in our mind. Swim past a point on the right, swim past a point on the left. You're in swimming water. You get out and you get into running water, and then you get your reward right at the bank here, okay? That's blind 2. And then blind 3, we're gonna work on a little different concept here. We're gonna swim past a point, get dry, get wet, get dry, get wet, get dry, okay? You can set these up hundreds of ways. I mean, you can work on all channel blinds, you can work on all getting on and off points, all swim past a point. However your imagination is, you can set it up. Now, after I run blind 3, I'll just, I'll either keep my bumpers in a bucket or a bag or on the 4-wheeler, however I'm moving around, or you can just drop them in place, whatever you want to do. You might get over here and see something you want to run, okay? And then you got a bumper over there. So anyway, I come down here to blind 4, and this is kind of a, you get in, you go over a point fat, up on the point, you're pretty good ways down, maybe halfway on the point, and then you get back wet, and then you go across this point, and then you're going to swim by this little point here, okay, and then skim right down beside the island. I mean, these dogs will literally be 12 inches from getting out on this island. Now, my islands and my ponds, they're built pretty much straight down, okay? So I want those dogs to realize they got to shoulder that island. They got to skim those cattails and that brush and things and go right on past that, okay? Temptation to get out right there is very strong, all right, because they've already contended with a few factors here, and then we're going to ask them to contend with, swimming a good distance here, and then get out and get a bumper, and then You want them to keep that same line back, okay? And then number 5, we'll just drop our bumper maybe right over here, because I know I'm going to run 7 over there. I'm going to take and run number 5 next, and we're going to skim past a point. We're going to angle onto a hook point, angle off, steep angle, just barely catch the end of this island, and then right back to the same location that we were before, but we're looking at it from a different perspective. You know, you might move that 2 or 3 foot if you don't want to put them back in the same place again. That's up to you. Doesn't make me much difference. Our 6 blind is pretty easy for the dogs. It's pretty straightforward. I mean, it's basically what I would call an offset channel blind. And you'll see dogs that want to get on the bank here, or they want to swim and push down the shore, and then they get to this point and they want to get there. And then, you know, I like on these last couple blinds, I like from the bay a little bit further off of the edge of the shore so they can push on out. I mean, you can do that 10 yards or you can do it 50 yards. It's up to you. Whatever you're working on, you just kind of customize this to what you like. And then blind number 7 here is I'm gonna swim past a point again on the right, one on the left, angle across an island and pick up my bird here, or you can set it here, wherever you want to put it. It's up to you. However your ponds will work for you. And then I've got another one here, blind 8, and it's multiple re-entries, you know, it's several re-entries. And you could move this to the end of the island. You can run it in the middle. You can run it down here. But those are what we call walking around blinds. And you know, I'll do those if for some reason if I don't have you know, somebody here to throw birds or whatever, and I need to get some dogs in, some dog work in. You can always do walk around blinds, okay? Some people call this a tune-up drill. It is in a sense a tune-up drill, but tune-up drills is generally built a little different than this. You're maybe working on a specific concept, like I said, working on, you know, working on a certain concept like swimming over a point or swimming past a point or whatever. But this is a lot like a tune-up drill. Tune-up drills will generally be run off of 2 sides of the pond. Most of the diagrams that I've seen and most people explain it. But this walking around blind, you know, maybe you got a wind like this, okay? Well, you got one, you know, your wind is this way, all right? Well, this presents one set of blinds, okay? You come out here next week and your wind is like this. Well, you got to hold, even though if you run the same blinds, you got a whole different scenario with the wind doing different things with your dogs, getting different kinds of casts, running blinds into the wind, winds at your back, quartering winds and all that. So it often changes, but anyway, that's our version of walking around blinds. You know, you can do that on any pond. I mean, it doesn't have to be this technical of a pond. If you had just let me kind of, boy, that's going to be ugly right there, ain't it? But if you had if you just had, let me kind of erase this here. You guys just kind of have to read through the red lines. Looks like I'm gonna have to get something to get that off a little better. But if you had a square pond, okay, and just say you had a square pond or just a round cattle pond, okay, either way. If you want to work on down the shore blinds, you just put blind 1 here and you run one down the shore to here and pick up a blind here, okay? Then you blind 2, you run it here, pick up a blind there. Blind 3, you run it here, pick up a blind there, and blind 4, okay? Those are walking around blinds, okay? Same thing with this round pond, all right? If you want to teach them to get in and out, you can do it 4 different directions. So, I mean, you can get just as creative as you want to with this. You can make it as hard as you want to. You can make it as simple as you want to, but it's there. And it'll help your dog. Anytime you can spend quality time with your dog, they're gonna learn from it, okay? I appreciate your question. I hope this kind of explains it. You guys just stay tuned. We're going to go get Trinity and get her going.